Hello there ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, it is currently 12:30 at night on the 7th, and 1 hour ago, Gamepires has officially released Scum 1.0. Scum 1.0 is coming sooner than we thought. I expected this to be the end of June. I'm going to let this trailer play through. I'm going to let you hear everything, and then we're going to go back through it and just dissection of everything, and then afterwards I'm going to talk about a little about Scum, about me, my involvement with Scum, and a few things that Scum's going to be doing afterwards as well. So let's just sit back. I'm not going to talk through this. What I will be doing is I'm probably going to be jumping about in my seat, but let's watch it.
Peggy 18.
Since the dawn of time, humankind has been obsessed with the hard. Now, a glorious morning has dawned on something that's simply harder. Scum.
Big hitter like witness this apogee, no fantasy. Big hitter like mix up pure alchemy, lethality. Big hitter like big hitter like big hitter like
Your hard just got harder.
big hitter like
June 17th. June 17th is when we're getting this game. 1.0. Oh my god. Right, first of all, amazing trailer. Classic trailer. I love that. Your heart just got harder. I love that. It's so good. Whoever put this together, whoever's responsible for this, well done. You've got my seal of approval. This is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm overjoyed about this because I've been here since day one with Scum. Maybe not so much for the first 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, maybe not those updates, but definitely 0.4 and beyond. Let me just show you, because this is the date I bought Scum, right? I bought Scum on the 1st of September 2018. I bought the deluxe pack because why not, right? I probably get paid that week, and I was like, I kind of want to get this game. But if I go to if I go to Scum's main page, if I go to their Steam page, you can actually see when Scum was originally released. It was originally released on the 29th of August 2018. 3 days after this game was released onto Steam, I picked it up. And I haven't looked back since. And this right here, this very positive, recent reviews and mostly positive overall views, makes me so happy. I'm trying so hard not to swear here. It's also very late and I don't want to start screaming, but just know that from me to the devs, you guys have done a incredible job. Sure, there have been ups and downs, rocky areas where updates haven't quite landed, but you guys have done a phenomenal, I'm trying not to swear, I've done a phenomenal job. I'm so happy with the dev team. I'm so proud of them. I'm so happy to be part of this game. If you don't know who I am, my iconography is actually found in the game, and there's a little bit of my my country's heritage in this game. Kilts, sporn bags, brogue shoes, etc. That's all in the game, and it's just wild. It's just wild to think in 2020, when I started making proper videos, maybe the end of 2019, when I started making proper videos on this game, it just blew up and I made a community out of this game. And from strength to strength, this game has went, and my channel has went. So first of all, thank you for the devs for creating such a fantastic game, which I have thousands of hours in. I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that have got tens of thousands of hours because they live and breathe this game, and fair to say I also do that, but I have real life responsibilities as well. Not saying they don't, but I've got a 9 to 5 and such, and you know what I mean. But this overall makes me so happy. So let's go back through the trailer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it at half its original speed, so we can just have a good look at everything. So I'm just going to mute it a little bit. So this is the map as it is. We're currently on the C sectors, probably C3. This looks like C3 overall. Just stopping here for a second, the deer are back in, because I've not seen a deer for a very long time in this game. 1.0's probably changed that. There's the stream. Oh, I know. I think I know where we are. I think we are in the area above Bravo 2 or Bravo 3 on the hill, just before the snow in the C and D sectors, because in the background here you can see that there's the main lake right there, and there's the kind of corner section. That's probably the separate island in the Z sector, so we're actually looking to what I would imagine in my head is the south. But this is really, really cool. Overall, the lighting, look at the sun. Like, the sun doesn't look like that in the game right now. In the 17th, it's going to look like this. It's going to look phenomenal. Look at the mist, the ambience. It looks fantastic. The colours, everything about this, it just slaps. It's so good. I'm trying not to swear. And to the forefront, Trash Gilly with the balaclava. We've got the Halloween mask, Mark 18, 556. We've got the chainsaw. We've got the Tech 1. I can't remember the remainder numbers associated with this shotgun, but this is a pumpy shotgun. He has got construction pants on. He has the jean. I think that's the denim hoodie. He has got what I would imagine is the Luis Moncada shirt, I believe. I think that is, and tracksuit bottoms. So, and just looking at the background, look at the mist in the trees. As if the sun is soaking up all the moisture out of the ground, and it's creating that fog, that mist, that haziness. This scene alone, right, hold on a second here. Right, just pausing this for a second. We have the main sentry front and foremost with the flamethrower on his left arm, and on his right arm we've got the Gatling gun, and he's obviously got his Gauss cannon. In the foreground, we've got a couple of puppets getting absolutely mullered, but look specifically at the vehicle here. We have a Rager here with a popped hood with the main engine sticking right out of it. And if you look very carefully here, I'll probably push this forward a wee bit. Can you see it now? You can see it is wee bit more pronounced, the silhouette of the spikes on the front of this vehicle. We currently can't get these at the moment in the game. Bear in mind, this is the 7th, this releases on the 17th, so this is a major thing to see right now. So there's a few things here that you're actually going to get on the 17th that you can't get right now. So seeing those spikes has my curiosity piqued. Going on, we've got a guy in it with an M16. He's got the Vietnam helmet. We've got our boy in the butt. Is he drop kicking him? He's first row dying, that guy. He's proper, like, boot to the chest, and he's got the medieval sword, if you can quite clearly see that. There's the hilt, and there's the triangle kind of arming look of that sword. This is awesome. I love this. What else have we got? We've got, there it is, there's the horsehair socks. He's probably got the brogue shoes on. There's the kilt. We've got a radioactive puppet in the background here. We've got a bear which looks to be chowing on an arm. We've got the wushu spear here in the background as well. So let's see if there's anything else. We've got a guy in a dirt bike, and he's got a Deagle 50, or that may be a Deagle 357. Some really cool details being seen here. He's spewing it all up. We've got a deer, we've got a doe, and oh, hold on, we'll pause it right there. So we've got Robin Hood here with an explosive tipped arrow. We've got a couple of characters in the background here. Guy with a chainsaw taking down a puppet. We've got a radioactive or a radiation suit puppet, which is one of the modern ones. The one thing that draws my attention, however, is this thing right here. The two planes. This is the Kinglet Duster, and this is the pontoon plane, which we don't have right now. This will be in 1.0. This will be here on the 17th. This is a big deal. 2 planes in the game. Doesn't seem like a big deal to most folk, but for folk who want to have a water base, this is going to be your favourite friend for the duration of your stay in this game. We've also got a couple of animals here. We've got the doe being chased by the wolf, and if we let it go, he gets hit with the arrow, and then bang. Now, this scene, I want this as a wallpaper. Matovsky, Beta, Kick, anybody who's watching this video right now, the dev team, if you guys are watching this, can you guys get me a 4K resolution of this screenshot? I would love this as my desktop wallpaper. This looks phenomenal. I love this. So, for anybody who doesn't know, the tractor's coming back in 1.0. We've got a chap here launching an RPG. You can see the RPG round in the middle of the screen, just off from the sun. We are obviously in an area. It might not be the same area. It might be just that the asset is taken from that area. But this chap right here, you can actually find this guy. You can actually find various of these guys up in the D sectors, because this is an asset from the haunted cabin, which you can get the puppet suit from. So that's a really, really cool detail. And just looking at some of the characters here, I think this guy has a 38 special. This guy's on a dirt bike, which he's actually pulling a wheelie on. We can't actually do that without hitting specific terrain. And of course, we've got the tractor. We've got a guy with the flight goggles on right here, and we've got the sentry about to meet its end through this RPG 7 round. Bang, there we go. Character in a tracksuit. This is a glass cannon, aka one of the skinny puppets. These guys are really, really fast. They don't hit as hard, but they're really fast, and they are incessant. I love them. He's got the two-handed axe, which you can find anywhere on the map. I love that. Let's see if we go back to that. He's cut him in such a... If we actually slow this all the way down. Let's slow this all the way down to a quarter of its speed. Slow it right down. It actually gets such a clean hit right in the armpit that it seems almost real that this was to fly off. But do you know what the problem is? This is his right hand. This is not his left hand. I'm sorry. I pick up on details. No, wait, it is his left hand. It is his left hand. I apologise. That is his left hand. I didn't see that this shadow was cast here. I didn't see the light hitting the palm here. This is his left hand. I apologise. I thought it was his right hand. And then we've obviously got the sun accelerating over into that lovely sunrise. We've got a couple of player heads here. We've got a couple of dead puppets here. We've got a man here with the red beret on, an AT4 and an AK-15. I know that's an AK-15 just by its buttstock. And he's got the camouflage ghillie on, and he's also got a sidearm which looks to be an M9 as well. And unfortunately, he meets his doom. And there goes the beret flying away. Scum. Love it. Love it. And then this is where we kind of rapid fire into a few things here. So let's just go back a wee bit there. So let's just play from here and then hold here. So a couple of details here. We're currently in the Z sectors because we are right next to the wind farm. We're right next to the wind farm. We've got a nice iconic dropship up on the top right. These guys will patrol the island. If you destroy a sentry, they will appear and drop a new sentry in its place. We've got the Kinglet Duster flying overhead. We've got a couple of players here. He has she has a hiking backpack and an AK-15. This to the forefront is the improvised rifle. This is the rifle that can take just about every single rifle caliber or high or high caliber round, except from the 50 BMG and any pistol rounds or any pistol calibers like 45 ACP, 9mm, 38 Special, 357 Magnum, 50 Action Express, etc. 44 Judge. It will not take those. It will take any other caliber except from those and the 50 BMG round. And then we close into which looks to be the Carbon Hunter. This is also the high up Charlie sector. This is the, I think this is the radar station by the looks of it. And by the looks of it as well, the entire area has kind of changed as well, because it doesn't look like this right now. It does not look like this right now. This is what it's going to look like in the 17th. I'm very much looking forward to this. But this right here is a 30-06 Carbon Hunter. It has the improvised scope on it. It has the side rail, the improvised side rail, which you can craft. It's got a 30-06 suppressor. And by the looks of it in the background, we've got a couple of characters here. Got our boy off to the left with the flight jacket and what looks to be the M1 Garand with a recurve bow and a baseball bat, and we've also got a recurve bow here. He's currently carrying what I think is the improvised courier backpack, which is something you can craft in the game as well. And we've also got the ATV there. If I just come back a wee bit, there's the ATV as well. This is also going to be modular as well, and I'm going to imagine that this thing's going to have spikes on the front of it as well. This is awesome. This is looking really, really cool. Just dissecting all of this. Craft hard. We've got some weapon components. We've got a cola here. That's actually the weapon components to in fact, yeah, that's the weapon components to an improvised grenade launcher. We've got an improvised hammer, and we've got an improvised one-handed axe right here. There we go, improvised one-handed axe on show. A couple of things that you can craft in the game. Suicide puppets, iconic. Beda's laugh is probably still on these things, so I'm very happy to see that. AK-15 holographic sight, a couple of tactical components to our character right here. He's just shooting away and missing every shot. This right here is what I want to talk about most of all. This right here is the rework to the castle in Bravo 3. Now, I'm very excited to actually see this, because today I actually recorded a video at this specific location for a lore video. Obviously fan-made, of course. But I did record it there, so I might hold off until the 17th to actually release that video so I can record some footage of the new castle. But the characters here, AK-15 on the right hand side, we have a katana on the back side of this character. On the left hand character we have an RPG-7. He or she is holding a 357 Magnum or 50 Action Express Deagle, and we've got a two-handed improvised or crafted axe. The character in the front, bulletproof vest, tactical. That was obviously the character in the previous scene, which was here. This character right here obviously ran out of bullets for the AK-15, and now they are running for their lives. And they're running with what looks to be an M9 or a Block 21, which is a 45 ACP weapon. They have, I'll slow this down just a little bit. That is a Block 21, I believe, and he's got a suppressor on it. He's got an under-barrel flashlight, and yeah, it is. And I think there's a pistol sight on that, but that is definitely a Block 21 right there. That's a 45 ACP weapon for anybody wondering. And that just confirmed it. That just confirmed it right there. Hold on, let's just go back to that scene a wee bit. That right there is a Block 21. That's fantastic. I love, you can see the expend cartridge right here in the top right. This is awesome. I like how they're intentionally not shooting directly at these two suicide puppets. There's actually a third one in the back right here. We've got a couple of armoured guys. He's not armoured, he's just fat. I've got an armoured guy right here, and I believe there's a guy in the background there. Bang. And this is where it kind of showcases the base building a little bit. So just about everything here on this screen is something that you can build or craft. except obviously for the Black Hawk crossbow, which is something that you can find, and the baseball bat, and of course the regular clothing. But this headdress right here, this wolf headdress, you can make that. You can craft all of this stuff right here. These wooden stakes, the barbed wire, the improvised workbench. There's a little wood pile right there. There's a little tower, standing tower, with what I would imagine is either a rag torch or one of the oil can torches. We've got a couple of bonfires here. We've got a couple of statues, or not statues, trophies. A couple of furniture pieces as well. And we can see in the background here we have what looks to be a weapon rack as well. So if we let this go on, and you can also make this. This is an improvised wheelbarrow. You can make that in this game. There we go. Oh, we've got some details that we need to go over right here. Right. So we've got the Christmas tree on the left hand side, we've got a wall full of trophies, and that is a dildo on top of that horse's head. That is officially a unicorn. We've got down here, we've got the rabbit slippers, a whole bunch of beers and different alcohols. I believe that's Kishma's, Kishma vodkas. That's his streamer item right there. Again, we've got a dildo right here. We've got a full-on chicken. That is isopropyl alcohol right there. That white bottle, that is isopropyl alcohol. We have the TV set. We've got a battery charging area. That right there is an airplane repair kit. That is a large repair kit. That red one right there. We have a chest. We've got a weapon rack right here. Chandelier. Going to the foreground here, we've got a bunch of different things. We've got a bed, character sitting on the bed. Another dildo, a couple of rugs. We've got a bench here with a little chair right here. We've got a couple of steaks being cooked on top of a pan. We have our boy pissing straight into the pan, and we've got our character in the background with his banjo just staring directly into the rectum of our pissing character right here. So we got some details here, man. Oh my god. There we go. We've got a character chasing after a goat with an improvised two-handed axe and a wushu spear. And a normal spear, a wooden spear. Okay, we've got a couple of details here as well. We've got a character launching a flare. We've got a couple of units of barbed wire fences. We've got some stake fences. We've got the flag, which contains your base elements and your reduces obviously the decay rate. And we have a tier 2 plain gate right here. This is a gate that you can craft in the game and place a sliding door. When I say sliding door, it's 2 doors, and one slides to the left and one slides to the right, and this is wide enough to hold your plane. So if you want to protect your plane, if you want to safeguard your plane, you can do so. Chasing a goat by the looks of it. Here is a really good show of all the in-game findable or lootable food items and stuff like that. This is obviously not a lootable food item. This is one that you need to fish for. This is indeed... I think that's a crucian carp or a mirror carp. I can't remember. This guy right here has had a very good time, and that cucumber is in a very suggestive place as well. We've got loads of different items here that you can eat and combine to make food. We've actually got an AK-47 just sitting up here. I believe that is the AKM by the looks of it. We've got loads of different types of food items here that you can find in the game. There's the biltong, there's the wine, a whole bunch of crisps, a whole bunch of different candy bars. There's the almonds. What else have we got? We've got some painkillers right here. There's an absinthe father. What else have we got? There's quite a few things here. There's spam, different tins of stuff. There's different, in fact, there's a mushroom right there as well. And there's also cigarettes in the game as well, so don't forget that you can actually use cigarettes in this game to actually improve your stamina, but don't worry about that. Or don't be smoking too many, you'll end up with nicotine poisoning. What are we going on to next? We are in Naval. This is D4 Naval, or not D4 Naval Base, A4 Naval Base. This is the Underground, the iconic sub-pen POI in Scum. We have a character here standing on top of what is clearly a Rager. I can't really get rid of this timeline bar, unfortunately, but I know exactly what this POI is. This is the iconic cliffside where you drop down, and there's Quonset huts over to the left here, or over to the right, I can't remember. This might be a reworked naval base, so they might have actually taken the second level of Quonset huts away, because that radar dish is technically meant to be all the way over to here, over to this right hand side. So they've actually shifted this on top of the hill. It's actually quite interesting to see. And then if we pan up, we've got a destroyed plane, and we have 3 characters just with the moon out. This is an underground or standard bunker by the looks of it. Character on the left has a or an op character in the foreground. Currently, in the foreground it has an MP5. I believe it is an SD. The only reason I'm saying it's an SD because of this handguard right here. He's got the MP5 rail with the red dot sight. We've got 3 characters in front of us, and they are shooting probably undescriptive guns because I can't really see what they are actually firing. He looks to have a shotgun on his back, but I can't tell what these two are shooting right now. Oh, he died. Missed. Oh, hold on a minute. This is the kill box. This is the kill box. That is the panel that you unlock the door and then you lockpick the mesh door. Mr. Brenner is inside the kill box. Is this a hint? Is this maybe just for the trailer? But this is the kill box. For anybody who doesn't know what a kill box is, what you do is you go into particular police stations and you can get yourself a key card. Each individual key card represents a bunker in which you can enter. You swipe a thing like this, these kind of keypads, you swipe the keypad and you go into these kill boxes. These kill boxes are essentially like a test of how well you can defuse things and how well you can lockpick things. If you fail, there's a reason why this is shaped like a funnel. Is because above this there's a trap door, and those trap doors drop puppets. Those puppets will then interfere with you and it will mess up your timing because you are indeed timed when you go into these bunkers right here or into these kill boxes. They're very high risk, high reward kind of places. They do test your ability to lockpick and defuse. But this chap right here is, I'm not going to spoil it, but he is a very important character that you should maybe look up on. And he's just shooting 9mm into this literal behemoth. And this, by the way, that is a flamethrower. This right arm is a flamethrower. Got a couple of characters dancing around a bonfire. This right here is the scrapyard in, I want to say Alpha Zero. I think it's Alpha Zero. This is the iconic scrapyard where you can find loads of scrap metal, you can find components, you can find vehicle parts, you can find barbed wire, you can find wheels, you can find different tyres, different vehicle components and stuff like that. It's a very iconic place to find parts for vehicles and for crafting material. Got a couple of characters in an improvised wheelbarrow and a standard wheelbarrow that you can find in the game world. This is the Z3 sector town. It's mental how many of these places I can actually recognise. This is either Z3 or this is Z0. One or the other. I think it's Z3 because of the buildings in the background here, how they're all stacked up on each other. That's the only reason I'm saying this. We've got a couple of characters in the background just dancing around the bonfire. Character here with an iconic pirate hat, and that is a necklace of teeth that you can craft in the game, and obviously a tactical jacket as well, tactical vest. We have, oh my god, this is Samobor. This is the iconic city in Scum, and this is on top of one of the partially built mid-construction high-rise apartment blocks. We have a character here which obviously looks like a security guard. We have a character here, he's just neatly dressed, very smart casual, and he is holding a DT-11B. And I know exactly what's about to happen. Boom. Look at the ragdoll on that. Look at the look at the ragdoll on that. Oh, I love it. I love it. In fact, he's actually wearing improvised bulletproof armor because that is raw hide he's wearing right there. That is improvised bulletproof armor. That is not stab-proof vest. That is something that you can craft in the game. And that is a DT-11B over-under shotgun, can take birdshot, buckshot, slug rounds and crafted ammo. And in the background here, on the ground, really. You can see that it's a high-rise apartment block that still needs to be built. But you can see there's a Leica over here that's just in ruins, and we've got a bunch of puppets just strewn about the place. And that ragdoll mechanic, oh my god. Dildo army, ladies and gentlemen. 4 characters spear chucking dildo spears at our character in the foreground here at the scrapyard, iconically. Looking to, this is, I believe, he's looking to the west, because this is the west side, because the pylons run up the west side of the scrapyard. It's amazing how much I know about this game just by simple sights like this. And there's the dildos flying. We've got a couple of characters here. Someone cutting down what looks to be a tree. We've got a couple of wolves with a naked wolf man following suit. We've got a character in the background just guarding DT11B right here. Here is a bunch of the vehicles. This is the Rager with a fully upgraded kind of armor kit or armored kind of body to it, with the upgraded storage on the top of the roof. We've also got the Leica doing the exact same. Maybe not with all the armor. I saw another vehicle there. I believe that is a Leica with its doors off. That is a Leica with its doors off. It has no doors. It's completely open. And we have a Rager following suit. And there's actually a Volkswagen in the background there. You can kind of make it out. You can make out that red right there. That right there's a Volkswagen, or a Volkswagen if you want to call it that. A Leica, aka a Lada. A Ranger. Subtle dips from copyright. You know what I mean? And then there's a close-up of us inside the Leica, alongside the armoured Rager. As you can see, it's just scrap metal quite clearly welded or bolted onto the windows and the doors of this vehicle. It does add a little layer of protection, but if you get shot at with an RPG-7, an AT-4, a 50 BMG, or even an AWP or an OM, it's your ass goodbye. Dirt bike, and there's a Rager. We have a character here in the middle limping, I believe, and he has a mule. This is the sawn-off DT11B shotgun over under. This is essentially the close quarter version, or the short stubby barrel of the long barrel version of the DT11B. You can see those same vehicles walking around, and look at this. I think this is D4 airbase. The only reason I say that is because I believe what we are looking at is the dropship with the 4 sentries. We've got a couple of characters in the foreground, but that mast, that radar mast in the background right there, I think we are looking at the south side, or the southeast, no, the northeast side of the D4 airbase. And it looks, the rain looks so much better. The ambience to it looks so much better. The lighting is, look at the lighting shining against the mist or the haze from the rain. You see the red? Look at the red. Look, that kind of conical red just emitting from these sentries. We keep going. There's the muzzle flash. Lovely, love it. There's that, oh, tracer fire. I love that. This is looking, that's an M249 that he's holding, or she's holding. That's an RPG-7, and I believe that is an improvised rifle. This is an M249, a 100-round box magazine, or a 30-round M16 magazine fits in this. I did a little video about the guns in the game. There are going to be a few new guns in this game. I'm hoping maybe after 1.0, there is evidence to suggest that the SKS is coming into this game. I've yet to see if it's actually going to be in 1.0. If it is in 1.0, I'm going to be over the moon, because that's a 7.62x39 internalized magazine gun, so it's going to be fantastic. They might change it to a magazine gun, like 20 round, maybe not the 10 round internal magazine, but a 20 round like kind of insertable magazine. We'll see what happens though. And then we're on to the splash. I love it. I love it, but we're not stopping there. We are not stopping there, because I'm going to let this run in the background just to let you listen to it as we go on with the rest of this video right here. So this is obviously on a loop right now. I want to beta. Right, we'll pause this for just a second. A lot of people have kind of forgotten that after 1.0 drops, Scum is going to continue support for this game. Now, you know what? Let's watch through this.
Hello everyone, long time no see. As you can see in the title of this video,
This
it
chap
time
is
for
Beta,
another
one of the
community
devs,
where we
one of the
delve
people
into
responsible
what we've been up
at
to and
Game
things to
Pyres.
come. So let's get into it.
This was released
To start off,
3 weeks
we
ago.
have the news on anti-cheat that was supposed to be released last month. As stated in the dev update, we require more testing on it before we release it.
For the sake of this video, that anti-cheat is currently in the game now. It's already in the game. It is Battle Eye. They have swapped Easy Anti-Cheat for Battle Eye. So for anybody watching this video, this is 3 weeks old. This anti-cheat is already in the game. It is functional. It works.
But we can now share what it is that awaits you. Scum is switching from Easy Anti-Cheat to Battle Eye Anti-Cheat system.
Oh, there you go.
With the new and better anti-cheat system, we are looking forward to a brighter, cheat-free future for Scum. Now let us focus on 1.0. As we have already said in the previous community address, some features are out in order to have 1.0 released on time. So we will now go deeper into it. To start, the two biggest features that will come with 1.0. The one you have seen the most, which is a complete overhaul of the
Oh, look at my castle. Look at the turrets. Look at the turrets. Oh, look at the turrets.
Scum Island, with extra optimizations and QoL improvements such as better foliage rendering. Expect huge changes from how you move to the PvP meta.
How they move, or how our characters move. This is going to be an inertia change as well. I think the heavier we get, the more inertia we're going to suffer as characters. The lighter you are, the less inertia you're going to suffer. I've yet to see this. This is just speculation at this point, but I did watch through this a good while ago. I watched back as soon as they released this. I watched this and I was like, okay. The PvP meta. I don't know what the PvP meta is. Anyone who plays PvP can probably tell me in the comments below.
Next are the NPCs. Finally, the one you requested the most, a true near-peer danger on the island. In both single-player and multiplayer, no place will truly be safe unless you are armed and dangerous.
So that's a big thing because the Scum devs have also released images of what those armed NPCs are going to be like. This is just a host of them, right? So they come in different levels of threat or different levels of danger. So this guy is obviously someone who lives in the bunker, you know what I mean? He just loots and does his thing all day. And we've also got these two guys. This guy is obviously someone who crafts a lot of his stuff. He's currently wearing an improvised stab-proof vest. This guy's obviously wearing an improvised bulletproof vest. He has an Estas. He has a German World War II helmet on. He's got a bunch of just things that you can find around the map, really. This guy right here is like someone who's played maybe like an hour of the game. He's got himself kind of acquainted with the game. He's got an improvised courier backpack on his back. He's got an improvised crossbow. He's not got anything really going for him, but at least he's kind of getting out of his oranges. He's kind of close to this guy's level, and this person's literally just landed on the island. They found a pair of high tops. They've managed to scrape by a couple of crafting materials to make a stone knight or a stone spear, and they've got themselves a little set of goggles. But there are more. There are actually more of these NPCs that they did indeed feature. So there's that screenshot back there. There's more. There's another little look. Someone who's just landed, someone who's been on it for like an hour, someone who's been on it for like a couple of days. Here's a guy that's been on for a week, and this guy's been on for clearly a good while. And I did ask the question. I did find the answer for this. I don't think they wanted me to know because I'll end up making a video about it. But going back to this video,
no place will truly be safe unless you are armed and dangerous, because they will be. Major improvements have been done on the tutorial side as well, so it will be the best time to get into Scum or a good refresher for you veterans.
So that's a great thing to see, because when I originally played this game, Dina over here was ear piercing, and I hated her, and I still hate her, and I still hate the ear piercing voice that she has. However, the manual is so critical in this game because the tasks allow you to get items, they help you get items, and now they've got a codex as well, so it will go down pretty much all of these topics, and I would imagine they've done a really thorough job of what is actually included in this codex. So anybody who's thinking about getting Scum, get it now. Now. Trust me, you're gonna have fun.
We also have the last of the vehicles returning. Both the Mariner and the Tractor are returning to the island.
It's the Mariner, it's not the pontoon. I call it the pontoon plane because it has pontoons on it. And we've also got the iconic putt-putt tractor. I love my wee tractor. I love it. I'm glad this is coming back.
The quest system will receive a huge upgrade, as you will be able to create your own quests on your own server and set them through in-game for your own community.
I like how they have intentionally told me that this is not a JSON file, even though I know for a fact that this is JSON. I might have to make a video on this as well. Also, kudos for using Notepad++ and not like NetBrains or anything like that, so I can actually tell what I'm looking at. But this is a JSON file. I will probably make a video on how to actually change this. Just going by... Okay, so track and caption. Bring back 10 stakes of any kind. Sequence index 2 can be auto-completed false. Type fetch. So we're going to have a bunch of different types. So we're probably going to have a fetch quest, a dismantle quest. I would imagine an investigation quest as well. Disable purchased of required items. This is so you can't go to a trader and just purchase the items to complete the quest. Player keeps items false. Obviously, you don't want to keep the items that you've just tried so hard to find. Required items, and it is accepted items, and it gives you a breakdown of what they are. Required num 10, so 10, and it basically arrays these so you can have 5 of these or 5 of these. Yeah, bring back 10 of any stakes, so you can have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, you can have 1 of each or whatever. What else have we got? Also, bring back 5 pieces of fat of any kind, so this is a bonus. This is a bonus quest attached to this main quest right here. This is pretty cool. I'm liking this.
1.0 will also include the biggest and heaviest pass of bug fixing, optimizations, and QoL improvements we have ever done.
Goes
And
without
finally,
saying.
last but certainly not the least, server files. You will be able to host your own servers to play with your friends on any machine you want.
This is a major thing for Scum to do, because since day one, this has been a very, very heavily requested thing, because I know for a fact a lot of people out there don't want to rent servers. They would much rather just host their own server off their own machine to play with their own friends and do whatever they want. Now you can with 1.0, so this is a massive selling point. Now, rented servers are still going to be here. They are always going to be here. Alright? So, if you still want to rent one, now bear in mind, you might not have the best spec. Hell, you might actually have your own server block. I don't know. But if you want hardware, if you want high performance, if you want all that stuff, click the link in the description for GG Host and get 50% off your first month with my code Feudal. That was just a harmless little plug right there. But going off of that, this is a big thing. This is a major thing, because now people who have like a small friend group of maybe 4 or 5 can now host their own server and play without the interruption of other players, which is a good thing because it gives everybody options, and options make games better.
This will also be accompanied with a new server browser. And now, as we have mentioned before, and let us remind each other, 1.0 is bringing so much that there is another thing coming with it, a full wipe. To make sure all of the changes are correctly implemented and have a good level field, for all players on release.
This is a major thing as well. I know a lot of people don't quite agree with it as well. But it makes sense. You want to clear out old data, you want to clear out old cache files, you want to clear out all these temp files, and you want to place a completely fresh layer onto what's already there. So, for everybody complaining about it, I get it, but at the same time, shut up.
With it, we are truly bringing Scum to a stage where we can finally look at it as a finished game, and we cannot wait to share it with you guys. But that does not mean we are done here.
And this is where I want. This is where I want to
As
bring in the
stated,
milestones.
Our development and support for Scum will
Or the
continue
road- or the
well beyond
roadmap.
1.0, as we and you have still so much we want to introduce, as stated over the years. So let us have a look at the roadmap for the rest of the year. In Q4,
Okay, I would let Beta talk here, but I'm going to talk over him here. So Q2 is what we are getting in June 17th. That is what we are getting. Q3, new diseases, NPC upgrades. So that's obviously work on the NPCs that are currently in the game. Armor rework, which is a major thing because you can wear ballistic armor or heavy ballistic armor, and they kind of have the same penetration qualities. So we'll find out what that has to do with that. New quests, which is good because investigation quests, dismantle quests, and fetch quests, there are potentials for kill quests, and having NPCs in the world, kill quests make sense, and you can maybe have a special type of NPC where it might be a VIP NPC, which is heavily armoured, and you need to take them out, and you maybe need to take their BCU back as proof. That's a big thing. Now, a lot of people have been asking me questions, especially new players. What the hell is the Wild Hunter NPC? Wild Hunter NPCs is the game's or the Scum Island's native population of experimented humans. Now, let me see if I can find them. Scum Hunt. See if we can find them. I don't think we're going to find them. But Scum does have a long list of Wild Hunt. In fact, we could just go to their media and see if we can find it through this. We will be sieving through quite a lot of stuff here. But the Wild Hunt stuff is actually quite interesting because it not only are we getting NPCs. Bear in mind, I'm doing this at like 1:15 in the morning. Okay, cut me some slack. Not only that, but the Wild Hunt stuff is going to be big. And guys, just remember, these assholes are still to be seen, and these guys might be coming in with the NPCs. Those are Tech 1 personnel, if you didn't know. Right, let me see if I can... There's the... Remember I was talking about the SKS? It's a Chinese version of the SKS, but it's an SKS nonetheless. If we scroll down, I'll be able to spot them when I see them. They really post a lot of stuff. As a cooking rework, I remember that. That was such a great update. Oh, the uranium, the lockers. Oh, yes, man. They've done so... There they are, right there. There they are, right there. No, that might not be the Wild Hunt, guys. Oh, it might be the Wild Hunt, actually. That's the Queen. There's the Wild Hunt, boys. There they are. Look. These are the Wild Hunt NPCs referenced here. Wild Hunter NPCs. This is them. So we've got the Hunter. I would imagine this guy's the Trapper. He looks like a Trapper. The Hunter. And there's the Berserker, or the Brute. The Alpha Male, they call him. This is a concept, by the way. But it looks as though they're getting added to the game. It looks as though in Q4 we're going to get them. And new weapons. SKS. New items as well, and much more things. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been one hell of an evening. I had a rough day at work. I had a bit of a bad day at work. And I'm just blown away. I'm just amazed that this game has now
Peggy 18.
entered its
Since
final,
the dawn of time,
its final
humankind has been
miles
obsessed with the
to 1.0. I'm so happy. I'm over the moon for this game. I'm over the moon for the devs. I'm really proud of everybody who's actually stuck by the game as well.
Now,
I'm just going to let this play out, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching today.
On something that
I'll see you all on the 17th. I'll be releasing more videos throughout the week, but I'll see you all on the 17th, ladies and gentlemen.
Your hard just got harder.